Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Tuesday, April 15th, and we are up to Ezekiel 43, and this part is where it gets really good. It gets really exciting. I've got a lot of notes, so we're going to jump right into verse 1. Verse 1 of Ezekiel 43 says, "Then he led me to the gate facing east, and behold, the glory of the God of Israel was coming from the east. And the sound of his coming was like the sound of many waters, and the earth shone with his glory." So we will see in Revelation that the very source of light is God himself. We know that this temple that Ezekiel is talking about is the temple that's going to be in that millennial kingdom. Now, why does it sound like water? Well, water is often compared with the Holy Spirit, so that's why it's going to be sounding like water. Verse 3. "And the vision I saw was just like the vision I had seen when he came to destroy the city, and just like the vision that I had seen by the Chebar Canal, and I fell on my face." So I did some research on this, and what I found is that he is transported to this east gate of the new temple, and he sees the glory of God returning, and it's a reversal of what he saw earlier in his vision. So as we go to where he saw earlier in his vision, you're going to find that in Ezekiel 10. That's where we see the glory of the Lord leaving the temple. And we covered that. If you want us to go back and see those videos, I strongly encourage that you do that. It was covered Thursday, August 29th to September 2nd. And then the vision that was by the Chebar Canal, that was in Ezekiel 1, and we finished that week up. So it would have been probably July 11th to July 15th. So it's way, way, way back at the beginning. So as we think this through and we start to review, see what was going on here, that vision at the Chebar Canal was what he saw at the very beginning of Ezekiel. It was when he was called to be a prophet, and he had already been exiled to Babylon. That vision he saw in Ezekiel 10 is seeing the glory of the Lord leave the temple because of the abominations that the Israelite people had been engaged in. And now it's coming to fruition. We're in this millennial kingdom. We're at this millennial temple that has been described in great detail to Ezekiel. And the glory of the Lord is starting to come in through the east gate. Now, in Ezekiel 43, 1 through 2, one of the commentaries I read said that Ezekiel sees a vision of the glory of God returning to the temple, similar to when he received his commission. The passage highlights God's glory filling the temple and the earth, with Ezekiel falling face down in submission. So this is an overwhelming vision that it just brings him to his knees and brings him straight down in complete and total submission. This submission of being face down is a sign of humility and respect for God's glory. It's just like that reverence that we talked about yesterday. He is recognizing who God is as the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He's recognizing God's glory, and he's recognizing his place within that relationship. It's important that as we go into our prayer time by ourselves, where we're going to be uninterrupted, many people call it the prayer closet, but it can be an open field. It doesn't have to be a closet. When we do that, we are entering into that holy place with a reverence. We're like, Lord, this is the time that I am focused on your presence. It's all about being in your presence and growing in my relationship with Christ with you. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.